Hi guys, how we doing? Me and Freak decided to sit here and plant some flower seeds. God loves gardens, we know that. He built the most beautiful, biggest one there is, so we're gonna get our seeds started for the year. It's like 80 degrees today, it's gorgeous. This is our second, yeah, yesterday was almost 82, it was 77 yesterday. I think it just broke 80 just now. Let me check real quick here. My camera's on. Freak, ouch! She's over here scratching me because I ain't paying no attention to her. Yes, 80 degrees, guys. 80 degrees. Yes. Okay, Freak. These are all the seeds here. Let me show you. Oh, yeah. Can you guys see them? I got my glasses. Of course, the train's gotta yell. Okay. I've been collecting seeds for many years. My daughter last year, her husband went and did some work for somebody, and the lady happened to have one of them big things like Chris and Holly. If you're a Chris and Holly follower, them big cardboard containers. The lady happened to be she worked for one of them, and she got to keep all the seeds. Well, she had boxes of them and said to my son-in-law that he was more than welcome to take whatever he wanted. So, Freak, you can't help, Freak. So she gave me a bunch of extra ones that I didn't have, like just the cypress vines. I want to try them. They're like star flowers. It's related to the morning glory, I think. I have morning glories, which I want to put in, some salvia, more morning glories. These are my favorite, the purple ones. I'm going to take some planter boxes, and I have lens. All my windowsills have the cement block on them. So I'm going to build me some thin little planter boxes that I can put morning glories in and have them pour down out of the boxes. But right now we gotta get them all started. These are just some of my flower seeds. I got some hollyhocks, some blue morning glories, soapwort. I have sweet William seeds, but the ones you guys are gonna like the most, I think, are these. I have more of them and I have to find them. I have a very big container of them that my sister gave me. Moon lilies. Moon lilies, there are many different kinds. You can look them up. I would advise it. There are some really gorgeous ones. They bloom in the moonlight, and there are small ones and there's big ones. I don't know which set this is. I think this is the small ones. I have a container somewhere full of big ones, and I had to find them. I have dianthus, which I want to start a bunch of these. I'm going to start these in my containers. What I did was, this is what I drink a lot. I'm trying to wean myself off the Pepsi and go back to drinking tea and stuff. I just made myself, I have to get a grinder so I can start making, I've been making water, taking water and putting real fruit in it and shaking it up and making my own fruit water. So what I'm doing with these is, so I can make myself some containers, I'm just taking them and cutting them right in the middle part area. There's like a line there. Recycle, reuse, right? Why waste all these? Because they're reusable over and over. So I'll show you what I'm doing here. I'm just cutting them in half, right below the label. I know you guys can't see me, but you don't have to see. You can tell what to cut a bottle in half, I think. And then I end up with two pieces. Then I take the bottom of them. I rinse these all out with water, so I got a little bit of water in them. Then I just take my knife, stick it in the bottom, give it a little twist. And with them little things on here, this is why your water is going to build up, and you do want that to drain. So we're just going to stick the knife in, add a little drainage holes so that they don't rot until they get going. It'll stay moist enough. And then we're going to fill these all with soil. And what's nice about this is after you cut that, you can put this right back on top, very simply. A little kink there. Yeah, make a liar out of me. Boom. Now you got a terrarium, which your seeds will grow very nicely. And you can take this off when you need to air them. If they start to build up with a lot of moisture inside there, just take the lid off. That'll let some of the extra moisture out that you don't want in there so they don't rot. You can control your temperature with this. If they start to get hot, you can open that up. You can also water that, or I would take these myself and just set them in water, let the water soak up from the bottom. I wouldn't water them from the top, because that's where you get your rot and all your chemicals build up on the top of your soil, especially salt. Them are usually the killers of a lot of seeds. I worked at greenhouses. I've been landscaping my whole life. Honest to God, listen to me, because that is something I do know. I worked at greenhouses many years, and the reason that they water all their plants from below is because of that. The chemicals that build up on the top of the soil. If you ever planted seeds and you see the white, how it builds up white on top, that's all the chemicals from the water that you're watering with. I mean, if you want to use distilled water, that's great. If you have access to that, a big abundance of it, that'd be the best thing to do. I have a bunch of these little decomposing little pots that I'm going to use for probably my vegetables. I have morning glory seeds that I've collected. I have balloon flowers. If you don't know what a balloon flower is, it looks like a star that hasn't opened, and then at a certain point they pop open and cause a star, and it's actual balloon. It actually causes a balloon. I will show you guys these as they all go. I have cosmos. Those are a tall, spiny plant, which gets these really beautiful flowers on them. And I have balsam. Balsam are very old. Let me show you guys what a balsam looks like. That's a balsam. They're old-fashioned flowers. My mom was in love with them. When she was around, this was her favorite plant. I found them on accident. Actually at, I think it was Hills or Woolworths. They had some container of old-fashioned flower seeds. So I went and bought a whole bunch of them. Well, these happen to be, I had a bunch of packets of these. And I planted a bunch in her yard, and they're amazing because it's the only flower that I know that flowers on the stalk. It don't have a flower protruding out from it. Like most plants have a stalk and then a flower on the end. This actually comes right off. It reminds you of something Hawaiian. There's a stalk down the center, the stalk that comes up in the middle, the leaves come off of it, and then the flowers come off of that in the middle. They're amazing. Once we get these going, I'm going to show you guys. I guarantee you'll love them. I have Sweet William seeds, some red celosia, which are my favorite. These are the red plumed celosia. If you've ever seen them, it's like a red feather that comes out the top. They have red, yellow, orange. There may be some assorted ones in here that I threw in throughout the time, but the majority of the ones I had were solid red, and I really like them. They look like little flames. And then some extra bean plants. Let me show you guys. These are a lot of the seeds. My daughter, I requested, I knew I had all the flower seeds, so I told her when she pulled out the seed that she had and showed me, she had a lot of herbs in there. And I said I'd love to start growing herbs again. We got strawberries, some watermelon, some oregano, some basil, a lot of basil. 2 different kinds of basil. We have thyme, tomatoes, different kinds of tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes. These are brandywines, or red brandywines. Some red Spanish peppers, some regular Spanish peppers, and some cantaloupe. These are all the ones that she gave me out of hers. I did not have any of these. I have my own vegetable seeds here. I have cantaloupe, your basic stuff, carrots, lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, onions. Those are things that my wife had bought. We're gonna go get some more here coming out. Seeds just came out here now, like I want to say a couple weeks ago. I noticed them at a couple of stores. So I have to go get some more vegetable seeds to replenish what we use up this time. These here are getting started because I'm going to put my greenhouse up here very soon. So if you like this kind of stuff, watch, because I'll have a greenhouse going up here very soon. I have to go get some pallets. I've been watching, there's a lot of factories around here down the street that are not far from my house, and they throw out really amazing pallets, like they're perfect condition pallets, brand new. So what I want to do is I need to build a floor first before I build my greenhouse. So I've been watching for the pallets so I can bring some home. I want to make me a wooden floor to build my greenhouse on. When the moisture and all your dirt and stuff when you're working in there, it's nice to have something like that where everything can just fall to the ground and not have to worry about it. But my greenhouse is brand new, still in the box, and I have to get that out so I can get it set up. I have a spot for it. I went through yesterday, since it was so nice, picked up all the sticks, did the backyard, cleaned all the weeds out, picked all the garbage up out of the beds. Tomorrow's cutting grass. Today I want to get the seeds. Since it's so nice and warm, I wanted to get the seeds started. So let me show you guys how I'm going to do this, and then I know you guys don't want to sit and watch every single one. So what I did is I have a bucket here. Let's see, can you guys see the, yeah, okay. Let me get out of the way. Oh. This is just peat moss and potting soil that I mixed together in here. And I had like a half a bag of potting soil, which I have some flower pots along here. Let me close this down a little bit. As you guys can see them over there. And I have some over there. Those are from my flowers last year. Yeah. Let me see, I have my glasses, yeah. The flower pots over there. I have some flower pots there. I'm gonna plant abundant amount of seeds in them. They're probably going to go into my flower beds. So what I'm going to do is just grow them in there, cover them in plastic, and then I'm going to take those and plant those out here. I'm going to plant a lot of seeds. I don't just plant the individual seed. I'll do that with the vegetables. But with these, I'm just going to plant like a whole packet of seeds in here and try to get the mass amount that I can out of them. And then let them get to a certain size. Then I'll transplant them into the soil to where I know where they are and what they are. So that'll give me a better idea. With these, I'm just going to take these, and I didn't bring my masking tape out. Oh yeah, I did. I'm just going to take some tape and get you guys up a little better so you can see me. Yeah, okay. The camera's stuck. Oh, okay. Yes, Rick, we're trying to plant some flowers. For God, so he likes us. He loves gardens. Then we're just going to take some painter's tape. I'm going to wrap some painter's tape around here and write on here with the black marker what each one is, so I can keep track of them until they each get going. Because once you get them in the soil and the dirt, you completely forget what you plant in each one. Let me tell you, because it's a couple weeks by the time you get back to getting ready to plant them all. So I would definitely mark them all with something. You could stick a stick in there, save your popsicle sticks or something like that. My wife has a bunch of them, but she couldn't find them, so I just had to go back with my painter's tape. Normally I'll take them and you can just write on it, stick it in the dirt, pull it out when you're ready, stick it where you want. When I transplant them, then I would take that stick, but hopefully she finds them by the time I'm ready. And then I'm going to take them, and when I plant, like my celosia and my other stuff and all them into the soil, then I'll take them out of there and I'll stick a popsicle stick in them, and then that'll keep track of what it is until they get growing big enough that I can keep track of them. So yeah, so we're just going to take these. We got the holes in there. We're going to take some potting soil. This here is just mainly peat moss. Peat moss is a very good thing because it don't clump up. It stays soft even when it gets wet. And it's a very light soil. I've grown things in peat moss for quite a while. Basically, when you buy flower pots like this from the store, that's 75% peat moss. That's all that is. They add a little bit of soil and the perlites to keep the soil from combining together and packing really hard around the roots. It helps it break up easier. So these are always great for starters. I save all my plants, all my potters every year. And if it's a really like a heavy soiled one, I'll take them out and just dump them in one of my flower beds. But if they're like this, I save them and reuse them. Yes, let's go with some. I want to get a bunch of other moon lilies going. So we're going to have a lot of flower pots with moon lilies in them. These were given to me by my sister's friend who has a bunch of these. And I was told they didn't clean them or nothing yet. You just blow the loose stuff off. A couple seeds went, but no big deal. These, I've been going to plant these last year. I got them, and I never got a chance to. I forgot I had them actually. Let's see, I just lay them on the soil. And then we're just going to lay a little soil over the top of them, very lightly, just enough to cover them. And then I'm going to take these, fill a bucket I got like this, full of water. Put the lids on them. I forgot to mark this one. I got to mark it, but I'll do that afterwards. Put my lid back on. Now them are ready to go. I'm going to find a place that I can set these all so they'll stay. We're supposed to get rain next couple of days here coming up. off and on. So I want to put them aside somewhere just so they stay warm. You want to keep them above freezing, make sure they're that. And I'll soak these in water till I see that the soil is completely saturated. And that'll be it. And then we'll watch for the sprouts. Give them about a couple, 7 to 10 days, and you should have sprouts coming up. I don't know how long these take. I haven't checked out anything on them, like to find out their germination time or anything like that. But you guys will get to see, and then I'll let you guys know. Like I said, that's a lot of flowers right there, a lot. And moonflowers are very big plants. Their flowers start out like at this size, I want to say, and they can get up to dinner plate size. The actual moon flowers, the bushes, are very big flowers. I'm hoping that's what these are. I have another container somewhere that my sister gave me that's like this size here, and it's full of those. And now those are the ones I have to sort and find. A lot of them I put away for the seasons, and my son went through my containers like this because he wanted one for something he had, and so I had to transfer all my stuff into another one because he took the one I had originally, so I made this one up myself. I want to get some sunflowers. Here's a Cosmo. If you're not real big on plants, there's Cosmos. They have a spiny leaf. That's what the leaves, they're like little spines, but they have these beautiful different caps of flowers, and they get very tall. Sunflowers, the balsam. I have a bunch of these asters and stuff from our wedding 3 years ago. We gave these out with, we put a little tag on here, and that's what we handed out at the wedding for one of the gifts, for people to spread around. That was my idea. I love flowers, so we went out and bought a bunch of these. I think it was like a couple hundred of them, and I got a bunch of them left over, so I'm gonna plant a bunch of these. The asters are, I think these are spring ones. Let me read these real quick. Earliest bloom. They don't give a date. It is an annual. Blooms late summer. Yes, there was a thing. So these are the late summer ones then. These aren't the early ones. Most asters are. They're late fall when it gets extremely hot and dry. That's what they like. So these will probably go in the back somewhere for me. I have so much. I just got the backyard cleaned up. I got to get so much landscaping done. You guys are going to be coming along for that if you want. So, yeah, guys.
So happy with the nice weather. Look at that beautiful sky and sun. God's glory. Yes.
And our buddy Freak. Say hi, Freak. Say hi, Freak. Okay. She likes to say hi too.
The birds all know she's out here, and that's probably what they're yelling about.
Our garden video. Like I said, this is what it's going to be, guys. I'm just going to do them in parts. I mean, I'm not a type of person to do the tutorials of each little piece of it. You know, you guys know the common sense of how to plant a seed. Seed goes in the dirt, dirt gets watered, plants grow. It's that simple, guys. Gardening is not, a lot of people get intimidated by it, but it's the simplest thing on the planet. That's why God gave it to us, to reproduce. So, like I said, this is all my stuff here. My soil, my seeds, my pots, and I'm going to get all these planted, and then as they progress, I'll show you guys one by one what they are, what we're going to do with them, and where we're going to put them, and show you guys the greenhouse. Then we'll put the greenhouse together and get our vegetable garden in the greenhouse. That's where I'm going to run a lot of my vegetables, because you can control the temperature better, and I can, like, a lot of vegetables like the extreme heat, so that's what we're going to use that for, to keep the heat high and the plant's big. And I'm not a big fertilizer guy, so that's why I use my compost. You've seen a couple like here. See that blue? That's Miracle Grow. That was this bag. My son had left it out in the rain. I found it laying over there. So it mostly crystallized and went to crap. So I just gave a couple chunks to a couple of the plants. As the rain comes, it's going to wash that down and filter it into the soil. That's like my biggest chemical I use, and I had that from way back, and I really have not been using it much. That's why it was like a bag full. Like I said, I pretty much rely on composting. If you compost right, your plants will have plenty of food to eat off of through their whole growing time. It's what you put in them, eggshells, all that kind of stuff that you have in your house and around, decomposing materials. That's what they feed off naturally. That's what they are used to feeding off naturally. When you start pumping a bunch of chemicals in, they have to adjust to it, and which means they have to grow differently, different roots. Everything has to be different for them to adjust to that chemical. And that's not what plants are made for. Plants were made by growing organically in the soil that God created, and He created everything for a reason. The worms, the insects, all that stuff here was for a reason. They break the soil down, they decompose stuff, they cause food to happen, photosynthesis. Plants will make their own food as they grow. A lot of people don't understand that. This climate change thing is a hoax because God created the world perfectly. Everything has a reason it does what it does. It will take care of itself. It's been here for this long. You really think it needs our help? It don't. We need to just quit destroying it. I do agree with that. And contaminating it. That is a big thing we need to stop doing, is contaminating this world. If you agree with me, hit me a like. Give me a like there, guys. It's something that we all need to take our own responsibility. The plastics. Stop putting them out there. Stop destroying. I can show you guys. This is a big example right here, guys. See that mound over there? Let me zoom you guys in. Okay. There's a mound behind that train. You can see it. I've showed it in my other videos. That's the dump, guys. That's where all the junk goes and the garbage and everything. It's gotten bigger and bigger. It was only to the base of that. Okay, when I came here 10 years ago, it was just barely over that train. You could just see a small mound starting. In 10 years, it's went 20, 30 feet in the air. Stop doing that. Control it. Get yourself a bin. Anything. Start throwing your food scraps in there. All your garbage, your paper, all that stuff in there can be decomposed and thrown into your garden and make your plants better. Give them plenty of food. It's so much better. They will appreciate it way much better than they will throwing a chemical in there and burning their roots. All my plants that I do have always been successful because I don't use chemicals. Now, if you want to do the hydroponic thing, research it, study it. There are organic materials that you can use to do hydroponics and things like that if you don't want to, if you want to go soilless. But God created all this stuff for a reason. And he gave us the knowledge to do it. A lot of people are just too darn lazy and don't want to take the time. Yes, it takes time, but good things come for those who wait. That's how I believe. So, yeah, guys, this is going to be my garden video. This is just the beginning of them. I want to keep putting videos up, like I said. The wedding one, I just threw up there so people knew what was going on, what's been taking my time up. I've been really stuck with that. We've been doing so much with that. I'm working on my room now. I'm working on this. My greenhouse, the landscaping. Yeah, we're going to have a bunch of them. This weekend's supposed to be decent, so we'll probably go hit a dumpster dive this weekend. Yay or nay, I don't know. It's all up to the dumpster gods. So we'll see from there. It'd be nice if we could stop them planes from doing that. Marking our skies with all the chemicals. And then they wonder why things are the way they are. Yeah, again, because of us. So guys, for now I hope you're enjoying them. Let me put my viewfinder so you can see what you're seeing. Yes, glory of God, guys, praise God. Glory goes to God. We get all this beautiful stuff and we need to enjoy it and stop destroying it. That's my motto. Let's get this done. Go from there, guys. Peace. Have a great day. Later.